throw me a line.
Good day, I'm Mike James, and this is Parkitect. Parkitect's a new simulation style game. It's currently in Alpha 7, and I'll tell you what, this alpha is better than most betas. Heck, it's better than a lot of released games. Right now, the game is in active development with a modding community, adding different buildings and things to the game, as well as some rides and things. It's really outstanding. Today, I wanted to start a new series, how to build a park, and we're going to start out with a basic building. So first thing we're going to do is click New Park here and load up the game. Now, Parkitect is kind of the spiritual successor to Roller Coaster Tycoon, but not the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 or the new Roller Coaster Tycoon Worlds. It is more a spiritual successor to Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2. As you can see, the graphics here are fairly, I don't want to call it simple, but it's not overly realistic. It's got a nice cartoon look to it, and I think it looks outstanding. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that no guests arrive in the park. We don't have anything here for them to do right now. And then we will go ahead and hire some workers. Now, these workers are going to just help give the path a little something going on. And also, you need workers to keep the buildings working and stocked. Very simple down here. Now, if you don't know how to play Parkitect, it's really simple. It's basically just like any other roller coaster tycoon type game. You'll notice that I have a smooth scroll here. It's one of the modifications I have. Right now there's about 34 mods out. I have about 30 of them, and I'm going to have to lay back on playing every single modification soon because the mods are coming out every couple days, it seems like. But right now I want to show you how to build a basic building. And the first thing I want to show you is build your path. And the temptation is always to take one of these stalls here, whether it be a pretzel stall or a snow cone stall or souvenir stall, any of these, even the bathrooms or the vending machine, and just kind of plop it down on the path like that. Now that works. As soon as the stockmen go and bring the stock, you'll be able to sell coffee out of this. Now, the issue is that you can't really build a building around that. I mean, I could put a building around that, but it doesn't really look very good because no one ever goes inside the building if it's right there. So what a lot of people will do is they will put a path branching off and then put their stand in. The issue here is when you go to build a building, you're going to want to have some seats around your stall here, and if you put paths here, you're going to have to connect them. So you connect them like this, and you're going to see that the peeps don't adhere to the building of walls or anything. The peeps just will walk right through walls. It's like they're not even there. See, and that kind of ruins the look and the effect you're going for. So what you want to do is just have one coming off there and go to a second one and then build the place for your seating and everything next to it. We're going to put some benches, very important to put benches, and you can put them anywhere. Now if I put one here, it'll get destroyed as soon as I put the stall down. So we just put them here in the corners. Now you can also just hold down shift and it'll put multiples at once. I like that. A good idea is also to put down a couple garbage cans. Now for the stall, let's go ahead and just stick with the drinks. Put that down, and this will work out very well. Now unfortunately, because I destroyed one while they were bringing things, that little crate there is probably going to be there forever. I haven't found a way to get rid of that. It is alpha, so we'll forgive that. But you see that he came over, and what he was delivering was for the previous version, so he's going to have to go all the way back and get another one. But while they're doing that, let's go ahead and add the building part to the building. Now what I like to use is one of the best wall sets right now is this western wall, and you notice it's got two colors, meaning you can recolor it. Some of the walls you can't recolor, like those castle walls we were looking at earlier. Now the first thing I'd like to do is put down big windows in the front, just like big display windows, and then we'll put down side windows. Now you rotate things by pressing space, and it just kind of snaps to where you want it to be. There we go. And for the front, I am going to put a little wall here and a space to rotate it around. And see, I like the doors being open there. And one thing I noticed is I put a window there. No one wants to see the back of that coffee shop, so we'll do that. And that looks pretty good. The issue is that if I put a roof on this now, it's going to be pretty small and pretty low down. Not very impressive, you know, not the feeling you get when you're walking through a normal quote-unquote main street. So let's go ahead and add a second level. Now for the second level, we'll just put this down here, hold the shift key, and if you move down it'll go underground, but just hold it and it'll move up. This has two different levels for each move up, I guess you'd call it. Now you'll notice it said 4, and I haven't been able to figure out what 4 is. It's 4 high, but it certainly isn't 4 feet, and it certainly isn't 4 yards. So not sure for what. And just to keep things a little less than, I don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical with windows everywhere. We'll just put walls here and just a window in the center. That looks nice. I'm also going to put a wall here because I'm going to show you, we're going to put a sign or something here. It really helps finish off the building, but you can see here's the building. Now, right now, if I put a roof on here, you're going to see through these windows and you're going to be able to tell it's kind of an empty shell. So what I want to do is put a floor down. So let's go ahead and we can just type up here floor, or just FL. It'll probably bring it right up. There it is. We could put a floor. Now we could also put a roof if we wanted the darker color, and there are some other options I'll show you in later videos. But right now let's just go here, and you notice the floor is kind of underneath the pass. You can't really see it, but you kind of get an idea. You hold the shift key, pull it up to 4, and we'll just do that all the way around. And that way we get a second story that doesn't look quite as bland and like just an empty shell. Now, of course, the issue here is with a building this small, you can't really build stairs, so you're not going to. It's not going to have that functionality on the second floor. We'll show that to you in a later build when we get into something a little more complicated. One thing I do want to do, however, is I want to go ahead and put some walls in this second story, and the reason for that is you won't notice it consciously, but subconsciously you will notice if it's just an empty shell up there. And you notice you have to put it down and drag it up, but when you're under here, you can't really see where you are, so you have to kind of guesstimate. You'll get pretty good at that very quickly. And I'm just going to put a couple walls and then this door here. And that way when you're on the outside, it doesn't look like a complete hollow shell. There are a couple of decorative items I could put up here. Not very many right now, but as I said, they're adding things all the time. Now let's go ahead and put a roof. Now, for a roof, we have a couple different options. Certainly a bamboo roof isn't going to look good here, but these are your two roof options right now. You'll notice this has a whole bunch of different things. It's got a very high pitch to it. Looks very nice. For this building, I'm just going to go with this western slanted roof. We rotate it and we'll pull it up. And you notice I'm just kind of looking through the window, seeing where I am. I go around here, and I'm going to have to rotate that, so I hit spacebar twice. And right there, oops, I accidentally let off the shift key before I clicked. And it looks pretty good. I mean, just for a basic building, that's very quick, very easy. They added chimneys to the new release, Alpha 7. So let's just take one of these chimneys and kind of put a chimney. Now I'm going to put it here and kind of slide it in and then hold the shift key and pull it up and get it. That looks really good right there. Now that looks nice. Let's put a sign on the front here. And they are under other. Now there's lots of different signs you can do. We could just do this one for right now. Now you notice it's kind of backwards, so we just pull it up and we could put a sign right there. See how it's kind of clipping into that? There's no good way to get around that other than if I pull it up here, and now it just doesn't look good, but I got a solution. These new billboards that just got added recently, you can see there's a couple different ones. The smallest version of this, because they are resizable, you can make them pretty big, is very, very nice, and you can actually put a custom image in it. Now, these don't snap unless you hold the Alt key down, but if I just am careful and get it right where I want it, up against the building, I can pull it and it's smooth, so I can put it right here, and look at that. It's perfectly placed. Now this, I don't know why it's got that blue back. Oh, look, it's me. But we can click on it and we can put any image that we made. It's a PNG image. We're just going to do this one for right now. And there we go. That's a very, very nice looking building. Now, right now, I want to go ahead and let the guests in now that everything's ready. And you notice they brought some things, and so there's your worker there ready with your coffee. You can see he's got the coffee mug and the coffee cups and the cash register. And what I want to do is I want to also paint this to make it look a little more, I guess, Main Street-like. So I'm going to do this, and I click up here and then choose my color. We're going to go with an off-white. I want it to be whitish, but I don't want it to be too white. And I'm going to go with like a very light taupe. And then for the second color, which will be these beams and things, I'm going to go with a deep red. Now, don't use the red at the top. Use the red at the bottom. The red at the top has more pink in it. So we'll go here. We don't want to, you know, if you want your day glow colors, I guess you could, but we're just going to do this. Now, this really makes everything pop. In later episodes, I will show you how you can color floors and make the floors colorful, and add a lot more details with plants and scenery, but I just want to do a basic build. Now, you notice you get this little Z-clipping error here, but once you color everything correctly, it goes away. That looks really cool. There are a couple other little things you can do to make it look even better. One of them is awnings. Now, they call them pavilions. This one would be nice. I really do. Oh, we've got the paintbrush. It won't let us select anything. Let's get rid of that. This one would be nice as far as I like the shape. Unfortunately, it blocks my sign, and on a building this size, it's just not going to work. This one's just going to be wood. You can't recolor it. And that one you can't recolor either. I didn't notice that. But this one will be perfect. We'll put that down, and then we will go back and recolor it so that it matches the building. Now, I can select the color here and get these colors. The problem is this only has one color, so it's going to select that whitish color, and I want the red, so I'm just going to click here and try to get something that matches closely. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, just something close. We'll do that. I'm also going to do this sign, which again uses the first color, and that's good. Now that looks awesome. Now I could recolor the roof. I like it the way it is, though. I think it looks really nice the way it is. And if you look at this building now, that is spectacular. We have a functional building. You notice people come in, they will sit down. The workers are taking a rest. This gentleman here is drinking a coffee, and I'm in the second floor there. One of the things is you can't get really low with the view angle no matter what you do. This is as low as you can get, and when you get close, it goes to the second floor. But you notice they're sitting down, taking breaks. This gentleman here is drinking a coffee, and this lady here is just wandering around thinking about what she wants, but she probably doesn't want a coffee. But look at that. A beautiful, simple, quick, basic building. Now, we could add awnings. We could add all kinds of things to decorate it a little bit. But this is a very simple, easy building you can make in your park. You make a lot of these. And in my next episode, I'm going to be showing you ones with that are larger, that have more shops in them, and dozens and dozens of people can go in here, and it really brings your park to life. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video here. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you have anything else you want to say, hey, that's what the comments are open for. Love it, hate it, let me know. I'm Mike James. This is Parkitect, and I hope you have a good day.